Good evening, everybody. Chris and Tiffany here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to this week's live cruise talk show. How is everybody doing tonight? How are you doing tonight?
I'm tired.
You tired? As y'all can see, she is wearing her new Mickey Mouse shirt.
Yes.
But good evening, Dilly. Welcome to the show. Good evening, Stephanie.
Says hi there. Good evening. Hope you all had a great day. Once we get back from Disney, it's full on planning for our trip on Harmony next June.
Awesome.
I love it.
I forget what month we're doing Harmony. We are planning on Harmony next year, but I forget exactly what month. Stephanie, let me sure.
Thank you.
I saw that in the store yesterday, and I was like, you know what? This is Tiffany. I'm going to get it for her. It's getting cooler. Temperature's dropping down. It's like in the 50s in the mornings right now. Yeah. I said, yep, Tiffany will like this. And
yes.
She hadn't taken it off since I brought it home. But good evening, Robert. Welcome to the show. So how much longer till we cruise?
65 days.
65 days. There you go. 65 more days to our cruise. Getting good and ready to go.
Yes, he is a keeper.
It's how I stay out of the doghouse. See, it's man theory. See, I'm going to buy her a present today for something I'm bound to do wrong next week. It's kind of like putting money in the bank for savings.
Yes.
And so when I do get in trouble, I can be like, oh, but remember, I buy you Mickey Mouse things. See, I'm paying it forward to myself.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's how that works. So I'm smart enough to know how to keep myself out of trouble, at least for a little while.
How's everything going?
Everything here is going great.
Yeah.
It is. It's going great. We're 1 week away from Thanksgiving. Hope everybody's ready for their Thanksgiving weekend coming up.
Yes.
Eat some turkey, eat some ham. If you're from Texas, eat some tamales. All kinds of...
Are you going to attempt to make tamales next week?
I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. I have actually watched a couple videos on how to make them just in case. We are going to do that. So, all right. So we do have some information to put out. So as far as group cruise information, we talked about it last week on the live. We had the poll up over on our Facebook page as to what cruise line we were going to pick for the 2026 group cruise. The choices were Carnival, Princess, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian, and Carnival won.
Yes. Carnival
was the most selected. Carnival had 58% of the votes for Carnival Cruise Line. So that means that the group cruise in 2026 is going to be on Carnival Cruise Lines.
Yes.
And with that said, the new poll is already up. It's already over on Facebook. Excuse me. I put it up earlier today. And the next poll is going to help us determine where we're going to go. So I kind of put 4 general options on there. Alaska, the Mexican Riviera, the Caribbean, and up to the New England Canadian cruise. So I figured we can either do Alaska, for an Alaskan cruise, Mexican Riviera, that's leaving out of Long Beach, going to like Cabo San Lucas, down through that area. Of course, the Caribbean, or up through New England, maybe do like an autumn cruise, see the leaves, and that sort of thing. So that's going to be the current polling choices. It's over on Facebook for everybody that wants to participate in that, wants to vote for the group cruise. And it'll be there for a week, just like the other one. And then not next week. Now, this one's going to be up for 2 weeks, because just as a reminder, we will not be doing a live show next Wednesday, simply because it's right before Thanksgiving. We all got stuff going on. So we're going to skip next week. So it'll be 2 weeks that this poll will be in effect for.
Just remember, if you don't have Facebook, you can leave your vote in the comments. Let us know. We've got the pen and paper ready to keep track. Stephanie says, ooh, Canada sounds amazing. Ray says, Judy and Ray Nags head here. Carnival, when and where, we don't care anywhere.
I'm kind of feeling the same way, Ray. I'm good. I just think this is a fun way for us to let everybody participate in kind of a group pick.
Yes.
I've seen other group cruises go out, and usually the group coordinator, the content creator says, "Okay, this is the group cruise. Who wants to join me on it?" I think it's kind of fun for us to do one where we, as a group, we pick,
Yes.
get a little more input, and see what we come up with.
Yes.
Who knows where we'll end up? I think that's going to be half of the fun of going for it like that.
Yeah. James says, "Good evening, Chris and Tiffany and all cruisers." Stephanie, we got your vote for Canada. Have always wanted to do something like that. Yeah, we have too. That's why I think we put it in the options.
Yeah. It's one of those cruises that I think people will have interest in, whether it's the fall leaves of Canada, or we go to Alaska and we watch bears, or we go hang out in the Mexican Riviera and have margaritas, or somewhere that is it really a bad choice?
No.
That's the thing.
You're on a ship.
Yeah, we're going on a cruise. It's going to be on a ship. We're going to go somewhere, so it's going to be good.
Yes.
So the new poll is up and it's ready to go.
Yes.
And nice thing is Carnival, since that was the cruise line that was picked, it does all four of those options. Alaska would be like Seattle, Mexican Riviera would be Long Beach, Caribbean probably Florida, and then I think the most common port for the Canadian type cruises would be, say, Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
So
that is going to be one fantastic cruise and party. There is no bad choice. Exactly.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I feel too. I don't think there's going to be a bad choice. We're going to have a good cruise. We're going to go somewhere exciting. We're going to have good people on board the ship, and we're just going to have fun.
Yes.
And that right there is going to make it a good cruise.
Hey family, join y'all while on sea trials and test.
A new Ford carrier?
Carrier.
What is a Ford carrier?
James says, "I just love to cruise, so let the people decide, and I will be there."
I guess that's what I'm doing too.
Yes.
I'm letting the people decide, and I'll be there too.
Yes, exactly.
I will be there too. We'll throw the invite out and see how many people we can get on board this ship and take over a cruise ship.
Yes. James says, "Absolutely no bad choices."
Yeah, and I guess that's the interesting part, or the fun part, when it comes to people who just love cruising to cruise. They just love going on a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, where are we going? Oh, okay, that works for me. I'll go there. And I feel the same way. I would go to all of those places too. I'm good for any of those. So what else has been going on in cruising this week?
The ferry.
Oh yeah, there's been a whole bunch of bad news in cruising this week, and I'm gonna put a video out about that tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll have one of those out there for tomorrow. It's been several bad incidences in cruising here in the last 24 hours.
That's the only one I know.
Yeah.
It's a new class of carriers. New Navy wanted us to build.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Awesome.
Andre's always out there doing some kind
I
of
know.
cool something or another.
I know.
He's doing, he's doing cool stuff.
The coolest thing I did today was go hang outside and pick sticker birds.
Yeah. And I haven't seen Rick hop in the chat yet, but Rick, if you watch this later or if you hop in later, we just want to thank you. Rick has been posting stories over on the Facebook page. He does write them for the newspaper there in Galveston.
Mm-hmm.
He's been posting copies of those stories over on the Facebook page, and we really appreciate that, Rick. That's cool. I mean, that's what that Facebook page is for. You want to post stuff that you're working on for cruising. You want to post pictures from your cruises. Whatever the case may be, that's what that Facebook page is for.
Yeah.
It's a community type page. We can all post to it. It just has to be an appropriate, what's the word I'm looking for?
Don't be ugly.
There you go. Yeah, if it violates community standards, which is basically, you can't be rude, you can't be nasty to other people and that kind of thing. That's pretty much the rules. The rules of common decorum, I say, would apply. Remember, we're a family channel. That's the best thing to remember. Mostly a family channel. Tiffany lets bad words slip every once in a while. I've heard her.
Heard the man jump from the Carnival Glory ship.
Yeah, there's the Carnival Glory had that guy. MSC Cruise Lines, I saw a story today where a crew member, then the ferry sinking in the Bahamas for the Blue Lagoon excursion tour. Yeah, and this has all been like in the last 24, 36 hours that these have all been coming out. So unfortunately it's been a not pleasant cruise cycle here. And I'll be talking about all those in tomorrow's video. Didn't want to spend a whole lot of time with them on the live.
Keep it happy.
Yeah, try to keep the live a little more happy and a little more exciting. And I know there was something else I was going to talk about, and it just completely slipped my mind as to what it was.
Did you write it down?
No.
Those are my notes from.
Those are all your notes. I didn't write a single thing down.
Normally you do.
Huh?
Normally you do.
I completely forgot to write anything down. So I know we're going to talk about cruising on the Primo, which we did. We're going to talk about the polls, which we did. Talk about we're not going to be on the air next week, which we did. Heard the dog whining, which we did. I will say this, though. Tiffany's got some upcoming Christmas decorations that are going to appear behind us here after we replace the mice after Thanksgiving. So that should be exciting. She's really getting into that.
Y'all ready for Thanksgiving?
We don't really actually have a whole lot of plans. The kids are grown. We don't have any little ones at home anymore. And they've all got plans of their own. And with the grandbabies are several states away. It just...
And with work, we can't travel.
Yeah, and work and stuff like that right now. So it's really just going to be Tiffany and I for this holiday. We've been, I guess, empty nesting for a few years now. So.
Still don't like it.
Yeah, Tiffany does not like it at all.
No.
But I guess it is what it is.
Yes.
It is what it is. I don't really know how else to say it.
But y'all, are y'all ready for Thanksgiving? Ask them if they're ready for Thanksgiving.
I did. But don't forget too, next Christmas, we'll be doing a Christmas cruise.
Yes.
We're supposed to be doing a Christmas cruise with the grandchildren.
Yes. I've already notified them at work.
I'll be going whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Because I've been trying to tell Tiffany, I said, you don't request time off to cruise. You notify of time off to cruise. It's like, I'm not asking if I cannot be here next week. I am informing you I will not be here next week. I'm informing you I will not be in this country next week.
I can't to be an empty nester, so I walk around how I want. I thought that too. Yeah.
Yep. Chica, welcome to the show. Also, I did get your message that you sent to me. I appreciate it. Thank you. But for whatever reason, it would not let me respond to you. And now that I saw your name, I do remember. But I wanted to let you know I did not ignore you or wasn't anything like that. But for some reason, every time I try to respond back to you, it keeps telling me can't reply to sender. I don't know if the issue's on I have no idea what's wrong with it. But I just want to make sure you know I did get it. I did read it. I appreciate it. And I probably will definitely be taking you up on that. I just wanted to make sure you knew I was not ignoring you. Because I've been concerned about that for a hot minute about that.
Stephanie says, I know how that is, but family finally all getting together next week at Disney. My youngest lives in Arizona and other daughter lives in Virginia. We live in I think that's Maryland. So I totally get it. Family is important. Yes.
Yeah. And the military spread out. Our oldest, which is where the grandbabies are at, and yeah, and I guess the only benefit, the biggest benefit to empty nesting now that the kids are gone, is we can just cruise. We don't have to worry about school or making sure anybody's taken care of. We can just boop, and go, with the exception of the dogs.
Yes.
But luckily, the kids are also old enough now
to stay here and take care of the dogs.
Yeah, because the boy,
Dylan,
he he's the youngest, and so I think he likes the fact that he can come stay at the house for the week while we're gone, and he has basically his own place. So he can sleep all he wants, watch what he wants on TV. He isn't to put up with anybody else except for the two dogs. So I think he enjoys that part. He gets to raid the fridge as much as he wants. And so he's happy with that. But yeah, that's the only thing we really have to worry about now is the dogs. And that's the biggest benefit to not having the kids at home. And it helps with missing the kids so much.
Yeah. Ray says, Turkey Day for us is oyster stuffing ham. And that's just one boy and wife.
Yeah. We already asked, like, Dylan, what are you doing? He says, I'm probably going to work. And he probably is. He graduated high school and discovered the joys of a paycheck.
Yes.
He likes having money in his pocket, and he likes buying the things that he wants to buy. And it has given him a super awesome work ethic because he will just work and work and work and make more money because that's what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And he does it all the right way.
Yes. James says, hit the like button. Chica says, thanks for letting me know. I will send another one and see if you can respond to it.
Okay. Yeah, I was concerned. I just didn't want you to think I was ignoring you or not paying attention or blowing you off. And
yeah, we don't want anybody to think
that. I didn't want anybody to think that. And that's been the biggest concern. And so, yeah, we'll try again. I don't know what was going on with it.
Stephanie, I completely get it. It was hard for me getting used to having an empty house without my girls. I cried a lot, but so proud of them.
So did Tiffany.
I still do.
Yeah, Tiffany went through that too. It's hard when you get older. That is one of the hardest things. But I said the benefit is the ability to take more cruises more times a year.
Yes. And I don't know about you, but I am very proud of the kids because they're out there. They're on their own. They're making it. So
yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're doing it. So we did something right. So.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. No. Kids are great. Everything like that. It's more cruising time.
Yes.
That's what I've always tried to tell Tiffany. I said, now we can just go. Now you can take those 14-day cruises. Now we can take those month-long cruises and not have to worry so much about it.
Yeah.
And she's getting into it.
Starting to. Or at least I haven't convinced I am.
Fake it till you make it, right?
Yep. Exactly.
Absolutely. Fake it till you make it.
So I'm curious. Oyster stuffing ham. Is that something you would try?
The oyster part might throw me off. Not a seafood fan.
I know, but you got all that ham around it. You might not notice the stuffing has oysters in it.
I'm not gonna say what I think on the thing, but a Disney trip. Stephanie's gonna be in Disney.
Yes.
How does it make you feel? Someone's going to be in Disney and it's not you.
I have a coworker who's in Disney right now, and I have another coworker that's going to be in Disney for Thanksgiving as well. And
have you ordered popcorn buckets from both of them?
I forgot to give the first one money, so I'm hoping he just grabs one and I give him money, and then the other one keeps telling me, "What do you want? What do you need? What do you need?" And it's like, I need it all. It's a Southern thing.
Ray, I'm going to tell you, I'm Southern, and I don't have a clue what that is.
In your opinion, what is a good hotel to stay at in Galveston as I'm coming January 15th? So your opinion.
Oh, I know we talked about this one before.
What's the name of the one that we stayed at that Wendy's is right in the parking lot?
That's Clarion Point.
That one was good.
Yeah, the one that we stay at a lot, not fancy, not 5-star rated or anything like that, but it's called Clarion Point, and it's almost right across the street from Paradise Pier. Is that the name of that? Pleasure Island?
Pleasure Pier.
Pleasure Pier. Couple things walking distance. The beach is right across the street. It's over on the seawall side. I said it's equivalent to your Holiday Inn, your I can't think of the other hotel.
Marriott.
No, probably not Marriott.
Quality Inn.
That's better Quality Inn. I can't think of think like Holiday Inn-ish. Alrighty, let's give this thing here a second. I apologize for that entire mess. Unfortunately, country living, sometimes our internet lately it's been wonky at best lately, to be honest with you.
I just got here. I thought it was my end. No, it's not.
No, it's not your end. It's our end. It is very, very much our end here. See, if I fly into Houston, what is the best way to get to Galveston? There are airport shuttles and things like that, but honestly, I think the easiest and best way to do it is to take an Uber. And the reason we do that is simply because
Someone kicked the plug.
I wish it was something like that. No, it's cellular internet. It's not cable driven or anything like that. We actually have T-Mobile's home internet, so it all runs through the cell service. We've had it for a while, ever since we started doing live full time, and it's worked great. But the last couple of weeks, I think their tower is having some kind of problems because it just drops. It drops the signal for some reason. Then a couple minutes later, it comes back. And I think it's on their tower side over there. I'm really hoping they're going to start fixing this. It's starting to get annoying.
Yes. So finish answering for what is the best way to get to Galveston?
I highly recommend Uber. That's how we travel, and we travel because we don't have to wait on anybody else. We call our car, our vehicle. They take us directly where we want to go. And honestly, if you price the shuttles and the shuttle services, and all that kind of stuff, honestly, Ubers are, Lyft, Uber, rideshare is right along pretty much par, if not sometimes less expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And even in those few cases where it is a couple dollars more, I'll take that convenience of a couple dollars more than I would anything else.
Yes.
Last time we did the, shuttle from the cruise ship to the airport, it's a pain in the rear end. Yeah. It was a complete pain, standing in line, all that other mess, and we're just watching the Ubers just come and go, picking people up, and then we're like, you know what? Never again. And we haven't done anything but Uber since.
Yeah. Stephanie, I'm very jealous about the dessert party and the first procession. So have fun with that. Take lots of pictures, and just enjoy the family.
And okay, so we have Kenneth. Kenneth, I know we answered you in chat, but welcome to the show since you've just found us. How close are you to the nearest cruise port? We are about 3.5 hours from Galveston. That is pretty much our home port, the one we cruise from the most. Mardi Gras next week. Have you done or no? We will be doing the Mardi Gras in December of 2024. That is when we have that one currently scheduled for. Ray's talking good about us. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Ray.
We appreciate it. Check is in the mail.
And James, that hotel we were talking about, it is clean.
Yeah, Clarion Point. It's just a run-of-the-mill general hotel, but it's clean. They serve a breakfast. Beds are comfy, and it's priced, regular hotel price. It's not a budget breaker or anything like that. If you're getting in there on the 15th, said you can walk across the street. There's places to eat right in that area. The spot is just a little ways down the road. That's a good place to eat. There's a couple other restaurants right to the right when you come out of the hotel. Bubba Gump's is across the street. Mm-hmm. If you want fast food, there's I want to say it's like a Wendy's that's boom right there in the parking lot, basically. So yeah, it's a pretty convenient located little spot. And it's a good hotel. We've stayed there 3 or 4 times now. Like I said, that's the budget one. Now, if you want to spend no, you know what? I was going to suggest the Harbor House, but it's not available. No. I was going to say go to the Harbor House, but never mind. We tried to go there, and they have no reservations available. They're already pre-booked. They're already booked up. But that's the one I like to stay at. And January is usually a good time to stay there because their prices are off season, and they're very reasonable. Oh, Rick, welcome to the channel. Rick, we were talking about you earlier. So I'll say it again, though, now that you're here. I really appreciate you dropping those articles over on Facebook. I appreciate it. They are good reads. And it gives everybody an opportunity to read them. So, yeah, I definitely like the fact that you were dropping those on Facebook. So if you're happy with doing that, really appreciate it. Please keep doing it.
I love the Holiday Inn Express at the spot. We stayed there a few times.
Okay, there you go. There's another one too, James. And Rick is definitely someone you want to listen to when it comes to Galveston. He knows more about it than even we do.
Yes.
So, yeah, the Holiday Inn down by the spot. Now, that one could be a good one because the spot is a good place to eat. If you could just walk next door to the spot,
Yes.
that's all right.
No problem. I will keep posting with you guys.
Oh, like I said, absolutely. It gives everybody a chance to read them. And that's what that Facebook page is for. I told everybody earlier, you can post cruising pictures, cruising information, pretty much whatever. It's a community page.
Chica keeps losing the chat. She's wondering if it's on her end or is it our end.
It's probably our end. We're with our internet being goofy the way it is tonight. More than likely, it's coming from us. Honestly, tonight I would say every technical issue is probably coming from us. It's been problematic all night.
I was looking at the Holiday Inn Express. Thank you, everyone.
With it being right next to the spot, we may have to try that one of these times too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we haven't stayed at that one, so.
No.
And we tried to stay at a couple of different ones down there, but I haven't really been super satisfied with some other ones that we've stayed at. The Harbor House was great. Clarion Point was great. Stayed at a few others that just, I don't find them worth recommending. The last one we stayed at, I would never recommend. It was terrible. Remember that one? It was like that crusty one we stayed at with Dylan right before Halloween.
Yeah, that one was kind of sketchy.
Yeah, that one was super sketchy. And that was a Wyndham hotel. Super, super sketchy.
They have a good free breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
I like a good free breakfast.
Tiffany does like a free meal. Because that is one of the first questions she almost always asks me. I say, I'm going to book this hotel. She says, do they have breakfast?
Well, see, the reason I ask is because he gets up so early on vacation, and then we got to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. And it just helps pass the time. Wyndham is good, too.
The Wyndham we stayed there in October of last year. I would never stay in that one again. That place was like.
Are you sure it was Wyndham?
I'm pretty sure, because remember we've had problems with the last couple of Wyndhams. The Wyndham in North Carolina.
Yeah.
We stayed at another Wyndham. It was a bit sketch.
Yeah, the one the airlines sent us to.
Oh God, that Wyndham was woo.
Yeah. Dale's here. He says hello.
Hello, Dale. Yeah, I said this one was further down past like 33rd Street, heading down, upwards. And down there on the left on Seawall Boulevard over there, and that one was sketch. I hate to say it. It was pretty bad. And I could not recommend that one to people that, I'd recommend that one. Someone go stay in that hotel and go, don't ever listen to this guy again.
So.
Super cheap. And I guess you get what you pay for, because we only paid like $70 for that room. You get what you pay for.
Dylan fell asleep right away and slept through the night. So
yeah, it wasn't like scary or in a bad neighborhood. The hotel was just.
Did you get my posting about Harmony leaving Galveston on 14-day TA to Spain from Galveston, March 2026? I haven't heard which is replacing.
I haven't heard it. I did get that article. I did get that. And I saw that. Absolutely. I know it's doing that transatlantic to Spain. The The one we're looking at is actually jumping on the Regal when the Regal does her transatlantic. Mostly because she's going to be transatlantic to a British Isles cruise.
Lyman here on the beach is okay, just way overpriced. Or Wyndham here on the beach is okay, just way overpriced.
Yeah, it's probably not all of them. We've had a couple of bad runs with the Wyndham. We stayed in a Wyndham in Jacksonville, North Carolina, when we went to see our daughter one time, and that one was when American Airlines jacked up our flights and they had to put us in a hotel overnight in Charlotte. They put us in a Wyndham hotel, and it was scary and musty and moldy, and I'm thinking the hotel had been underwater for about a week. And so just for us personally, we've had some bad luck with Wyndham. I'm not saying they're all bad and every one of them is bad, but our experience has not been positive.
James says, well, if I can walk to get something to eat and drink or two, it will be good.
That is available kind of up and down the entire Seawall Boulevard side. Mm-hmm. There's restaurants and everything like that. And we just, if you're looking at the Holiday Inn and the spot is right there, Rick says it's a good hotel, and I know the spot's good food. So, personally, that sounds like a winner chicken dinner right there.
Yes.
And there's places to get drinks. You can get drinks in the spot. But we had a blast at the spot.
Mm-hmm. We did.
That place was fun. But of course, we find fun at all kinds of places along there. You have the fun sometimes to just be like, let's go in this restaurant. Yeah. That's how we found the spot. Tiffany's like, there's a restaurant called The Spot. All right, let's go eat there. And it's been great. So. But, yeah, I'm trying to think. So we've talked about Wyndham hotels. I mean, honestly, my favorite hotel in Galveston, though, is definitely Harbor House.
It's just booked.
It's just booked. And Harbor House is just my favorite because I can walk right outside and just stand there and watch cruise ships go by.
Yes.
So.
Just jumping on tonight, 24 days back on the Mardi Gras. Did you have a good time, Frankie?
No, I think it's 24 days and then they're going back on the Mardi Gras. They sail in 24 days, I think.
Never mind, I got that confused.
I could be confused too. 24 days to the Mardi Gras.
Sounds like a winner to me. Think probably be staying there at Holiday Inn. Awesome Blossom.
Yeah, we're still debating when we're going to come into town. For that particular cruise, we're still kind of debating on that one. But we'll definitely be on the ship, though.
Yes, we will definitely be on the ship.
We will definitely be there, and we will definitely be getting on that ship.
But I think I'm working the day before, so.
That can sometimes affect whether we go down there.
Yes. It's my crazy schedule.
Yeah, I know. It is you.
It is. Sorry.
I told you. Quit asking them. You just tell them. Like, hey, I'm going on a cruise. I'll see y'all next week. Or just work remote. You can do a bunch of stuff remote. I'll get you the internet. You can just be like, yep, sure, took care of that.
I tried that. They told me I couldn't do that no more.
I could tell you, quit asking. See, you ask for forgiveness, not for permission. That's how you do it.
Yes.
That's how I do it. It's like, what? You mean I wasn't supposed to go on vacation next week? Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
Now I would have to find you if you did not show up for the cruise. No, we will be there for the cruise, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We will definitely be there for the cruise. We have never missed a cruise yet. Something catastrophically terrible would have to happen for us to not make that cruise. I mean, catastrophically terrible. Yeah, no. We haven't missed one yet. And I'm not planning on missing this one. This is, like I said, this is our first Norwegian cruise ever.
Knock on wood. We're going to knock on a lot of wood.
There you go. Yeah, being our first Norwegian cruise, first time Norwegian. Tiffany's going to go hug sloths. Yeah, no, not missing.
No, I forgot about the sloths.
You already
Again,
forgot about your sloths?
We're not missing James.
Already forgot about your sloths, huh?
I did. I'm telling you, it's the holidays. Now you have to get you have to get permission from Tiffany.
You'd think, right? I usually, you know what? It's actually still easier for her if I just book them and then tell her about them later.
Mm-hmm.
That way she can't really talk me out of it if I've already booked it. Because, I'll be like, but it's non-refundable. It's not, but that's what I say.
James says, absolutely, understand, same here. So.
I think, speaking of non-refundable, that is something that I've been talking about with Tiffany a lot this week. So in an interest of expanding our Saturday show of what every cruiser wants, I've gone and started looking for other sources of cruise complaints or cruise comments or things from cruisers to kind of put a variety into the show. Especially looking for information from other cruise lines. So we're going to have stuff coming up from Royal Caribbean, stuff coming up from Norwegian, stuff coming up from all of them. Because I have found the mother load of customer complaints. The absolute mother load. And if you want to have a head scratching, frustrating kind of day in your future, go over to the Better Business Bureau's website and just type in the name of a cruise line and just start reading. You will be like, what? And there are a butt ton is the only word I can come up with. A butt ton of people who honestly don't seem to understand what non-refundable means.
Well, didn't we talk about that too on last Saturdays?
Yeah, but it's amazing the number of people that don't understand that if they go in and they book a non-refundable fare and they cancel the cruise, they lose that deposit.
Mm-hmm.
And they get on there and they argue about how they're due it back. They're entitled to it back. And this and that. And the cruise lines always come back saying, but you booked non-refundable. And they don't really understand.
Rick says, I hear Icon 3 will start cruising in 2026. Food for thought. Michael Bailey has said Icon would look good in Galveston.
I didn't see that, but I will say that would make sense. And I would say that because of the Jubilee. So the Jubilee gets here in December. Carnival brings a brand new XL class cruise ship. And now they're bringing in the Regal Princess from Princess, which is still Carnival Corporation. MSC is talking about, they've already done the approval for the engineering and stuff for terminal number 4, which is most likely going to house MSC and possibly Norwegian. And Royal Caribbean's got a brand new port down there, but Royal Caribbean's going to want to have the bragging rights. So they would have to do something like bring an Icon class ship down here to top Carnival's bringing the brand new Jubilee down here. And cruise lines do purposely compete against each other, and they do try to outdo each other in certain things. And so, yeah, if Carnival's over here going, we're going to get the Texas love, look at us. Carnival is very well going to start writing it in there. It would not surprise me for Royal Caribbean to start putting in their plans that, you know what, we're going to take this love away from them.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that probably has some validity into it.
Ray says, how can people be miserable on a cruise ship is beyond us.
Yeah, it's beyond us too, but man, you'd be surprised. At the number of things that people send in that they're, just not happy about. And it's stuff that you can honestly tell they're either first-time cruisers and they just don't understand how cruising works. And it becomes self-evident, and of course, naturally, they're, well, it's not going the way I want it to go. The cruise line's not giving me the solution I want them to give me, so they must be wrong type of attitude just makes it worse.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Raymond. Been on 9, getting ready for my 10th. I've enjoyed them all. We have 2.
Yep.
We have to look for things. MSC should sign their contract with the Port of Galveston next week, or to Terminal 4. Still hearing Royal NCL is possible. Princess wants a part of that terminal.
Really, Princess wants a part of it too. Interesting. Now, where I think Royal Caribbean could do something a little extra, and I think they already have everything in place to do it, they just need a ship, is I would like to see the Royal Caribbean group send a celebrity cruise ship. That's what I would like to see. Like, for an example, the Celebrity Beyond is going to be doing Alaska. And why not bring the Beyond to Galveston and try out Galveston in the off Alaska season? Yeah, go see if we can get them to be quiet. But that's what I would like to see, is something like that happening. So yeah, I mean, I saw in the article where they were talking about Terminal 4, being ready here very soon, in the next couple of years. So they're moving quick on this. So we could get some ships, MSCs and stuff here soon. And MSC has announced 2 brand new cruise ships that they're going to build. So is MSC's building of these cruise ships going to coincide with the opening of a brand new terminal in Galveston? They're about timed right. And so we're probably going to see a couple new ships, if everything plays out the way it looks like. Oh, yeah, always with the travel insurance. Because I will say that probably 80% or more of the stuff that I read about refunds and the cruise line should give me back all my money, it wasn't my fault that the airline canceled, my flight and all this kind of stuff, all basically ended in the fact that they didn't have insurance and thought the cruise line should take care of it anyway, and the cruise line said no. A whole bunch of it is on that. And so I'm going to be talking more about those in some upcoming shows, because it really illustrates why cruise insurance is important, and knowing what you booked is super, super important.
It would be nice to see MSC would come to the West Coast.
It's probably not as far off as you may think. MSC is really determined to take a huge portion of the U.S. market. They want a much larger portion of the U.S. market. And so they're going to have to come to the West Coast to start to get that portion. They're going to have to do sailings into Alaska at some point in order to get that kind of portion. They can't get it just from the East Coast only. And maybe Texas is going to be their first stop before they move around and start putting a ship or 2 over there. I said, they've got ship after ship after ship on the registry right now to be built. They're hot. They're determined. So honestly, may not be as far off as you think. A couple more years, and it's very, very possible to see an MSC ship over there. It's purely a prediction, but based on what they say they want, and things like as fast as this terminal is moving in Galveston, I mean, boom, boom, boom. Of course, it really helps Galveston. Really wants it too.
Yeah. Rick's saying with Terminal 4 opening in 25, I thought that MSC would dedicate one of the new ships here. We do have LNG.
See, that's what I say on that. That's what I'm thinking too, is with the new ship order, they're both LNG ships. Galveston's now got the LNG services coming in order to refuel the Jubilee. That primes them up good and ready to go to take another LNG ship. And wouldn't surprise me if that's what MSC's plan was. That they may move something over here like that, possibly a new ship. It's all a guess, but I think it's a realistic guess. I think it's a realistic guess. I think that these cruise lines are going to see that they're going to bring the Jubilee down here. And it's going to be a brand new ship, and people are going to be excited. And those sailings are booked up, so because people want to do it. And the other cruise lines are going to see it, and they're going to want a piece of that pie.
Yes. James says MSC and Galveston, be nice. Haven't cruised with them, but thinking about it. Ray says, with our cruising, we didn't have a bad time, but we felt Disney and MSC overdone. Sorry, Tiff.
I've said it from the beginning. Disney is for a very specific niche of people. It honestly is. It is for Tiffany. You could put her on a Disney cruise every single time, and she will have a blast. And it's definitely not for everybody.
But I have chosen other cruise lines over Disney.
But mostly it's always for price.
Very true. It's always because of price.
It's always because of price.
Yes.
And don't get me wrong, Disney has some spectacular service. They have some good things going for them. They have some bad things going for them. They don't have the best food at sea. I'm sorry. Their main dining room food is good, but their buffet is not spectacular. They absolutely have the worst pizza at sea. Oh, I'm sorry, they do. And you have to be a Disney fan.
Yes.
If you have no interest in things Disney, then Disney Cruise is not for you because they're going to shove it in your face. Now, as far as MSC, we don't know yet either. We'll tell you in May. We'll be on MSC in May. I have an interest in MSC because it's supposed to be a little bit different. It's supposed to be that less American, more of a tight cruise. And so that interests me. So I want to try it just at least for that reason. Plus, I've gotten a lot of comments from people that say MSC. Loved it, loved it, loved it. But I've had some from say that they hate it.
Yeah.
So we definitely have to go find out for ourselves because I'm super curious. And to be honest with you, right now, MSC's got some of the best prices out there. With all the prices going up and all the other kind of stuff, and MSC's like, we'll take you. So, can't beat that.
I love that Royal has added some new itineraries out of Galveston, 16 Harmony sailings to Coco Cay, and the Bahamas with a stop at either Cozumel or Costa Maya. Very excited.
Yep. And that is so good on the cruise lines too. They have listened to the cruise passengers because that's been the issue out of Galveston for years is people wanted an itinerary that was something other than Progreso, Cozumel, Costa Maya, Belize, and Roatan. Those are all great places, but they wanted to go more without having to travel. And so, yeah, it's great that Royal Caribbean's adding those. Carnival is adding those. Princess is adding. Princess has got a transatlantic sailing that leaves from Galveston. You don't see that very often.
No.
But when the Regal Princess leaves Galveston for her overseas season, she's leaving from Galveston. She's going to go through the Caribbean, stop in Fort Lauderdale, and she's booking across the ocean. Yeah. And she's going to the British Isles. She's going to hang around over there for a while, and then she's coming back to Galveston. So, starting to see a little bit more of that. Now you're seeing these transatlantic pop up, and we're definitely getting a lot more Panama Canal cruises, more opportunity for the Panama Canal out of Galveston coming up too. There's a bunch of them. I've got a whole bunch of cruises bookmarked that are longer and different and all sailing out of Galveston.
And it says, in 20 years of cruising, we've only had one horrible cruise. It was last year on RCL's Jewel of the Seas. Have you ever had a bad cruise?
No. We have had some issues on cruises. We've had some bad weather on cruises, which made us not feel great. Tiffany's been sick on a cruise before for one day. Things like that. But we've never had a bad cruise. No cruise has been what we would come back and say bad.
No. But then again, we're also the type of people that we
look for more good than
we look
anything
for the
else.
good in the cruises rather than the bad. I'm not gonna let the ship tilting ruin the day.
Yeah, that's true.
So, have 10 minutes of scare and go about your business.
That's true. When Voyager went whoop, on this side, Tiffany's eyes went whoop.
So,
and then she went back to enjoying her cruise once her adrenaline calmed back down.
Yeah. So it's not that we've ever had bad cruises. We just choose to look for the good in all the cruises.
Yeah. That still makes me laugh. Tiffany's plate went whoop off the table, and Tiffany went whoop, running down across the thing. She's like, I'm out.
Rick, the same here, Kenneth. 35 years of cruising and not a bad one in the bunch.
Yeah.
Galveston is really becoming a major source.
Yep. They've been told they're number 4, I think, for too long. They don't want to be number 4 anymore.
No.
They want to move up that food chain. They want that business. For all the ports out there and the cruise ports that are like, oh, too many cruises, too many cruise ships, too many people. We want to reduce it. Think about it. All this other kind of stuff. And on the other end, you got places like, Cozumel, Nassau is the same way, but you got Galveston going, we'll take everybody. Yeah. If we can find a place to park, we'll take them. And yeah, I think they really want to move up there and become, they want to move into the top 3, if not number 1.
Kenneth says 1 in 20 years won't keep me from cruising. Still love it.
Yeah. If you don't mind us asking, what made that a bad cruise? I'm just curious, especially when you have a very experienced cruiser, someone that's been cruising, for 20 years, for a 20-year veteran of cruising to say it was a bad cruise.
Things must have really
gone something wrong. Must have been really, really bad. Because after 20 years, I'm sure you're like the rest of us, you roll with the punches. Mm-hmm. So something had to have been, spectacularly terrible to be a bad cruise.
James wants to know, how much can Galveston grow as far as adding terminals?
Officially, I don't actually know that.
That would be a great Rick question.
Rick might know that more than we do. I'd say there's a bunch of unused waterfront or, underutilized waterfront that could possibly be used. But exactly how much more they could take, I don't know. That actually is a really good question. That is a really, really good question.
Yeah.
But I could say even with just what they have right now, once they expand the parking anyway, they could take more ships without even building more terminals now. Because we've been down there and left on a cruise and seen the other 2 terminals empty. So there are days down there where there are no ships in it at all, other than like 1. So
Rick says, James, there is a possible 5th terminal where the grain elevator is. It's coming down next year.
So, yeah, there you go. At least 5. And that's a lot of ships. 5 terminals is a lot of ships. When you figure if at full capacity, that's 5 ships a day, several times a week. That's a lot of ships and a lot of voyages. I want to say, and it is, I'm trying to remember, but for next year or maybe it was this year, Galveston had something like 364 voyages planned out of there for like this year. I want to say it was this year. And next year they're expecting even more.
Just wishful thinking. I'd like to see Galveston, Cayman Islands, Cartagena, Cozumel, and Galveston itinerary.
They have one similar to that. I don't know. I'm almost positive I've seen one that hits Cayman, Jamaica, Cozumel, and does like a Panama Canal half transit back to Galveston. I want to say I've seen something very similar to that actually is currently available.
James says, well, that can add quite a few ships.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's already room to add more ships, and not even all of the cruise lines aren't even here full time. So, like, Disney is only here for a few months out of the year. Norwegian is just starting to become, I guess, a little more consistent. The Prima's fixing to leave. And then a couple months later, we're getting the Breakaway. So, they're not even full-time here yet. Disney's not full-time here. Only Carnival and Royal are full-time. Princess is getting there, though. Princess is definitely getting there. Mm-hmm. They're here more full-time than they have been, but even the Regal is only here seasonally. So there is room for more, I would definitely say. And so MSC wants to come in. So, Royal wants to bring Celebrity down. Same parent company. They're already sharing like a private island. Because a couple of Celebrity ships were cleared to go to Coco Key. Why couldn't they dock in the same terminal?
Yeah. Like I said, usually it was Cayman, Jamaica, and Cozumel. Then the ships got larger, and Roatan and Belize with Costa Maya opening later.
Yeah, but I know I've seen one that goes down to like Panama. I don't know if it was specifically Cartagena. It might have been Limon, like on the partial transits. But I'm almost positive I saw like a 14-day Panama transit out of Galveston that hit, I want to say, the majority of those places. I would have to go back and specifically try to find it. But I know there were some that were pretty close to that. Because normally, I know the old ones used to be Key West. No, it was Jamaica. Yeah, Key West, Caymans, Jamaica, then Cozumel. Mm-hmm. Used to see that one on some of the longer ones. They're getting a lot better.
Yeah.
They're definitely getting a lot better. I'm looking forward to a bunch of those new itineraries. We are definitely going to see a bunch of new places here in the next couple of years. Still only a 3-hour drive away.
Yes.
You like that?
Yes.
Not a fan of flying?
No.
Who is?
Huh?
I said, who is?
Not I.
There's so many horror stories about flying.
We will have a couple of Panama sailings a year. Carnival and Royal did one. Jewel will include Panama when she gets here.
Yeah, I saw them on Jewel. Carnival has them on, what is it, I always want to say it's the Liberty, and it's not the Liberty, is it? Maybe it's the Liberty.
I don't know.
I don't have my notes. Yeah, Carnival's got them. Royal has them. I'm trying to think if Princess does. It's been a hot minute since I looked at them. It's been a hot minute. I think Carnival's probably got the most and some of the best ones. But they're bringing in those 2 ships just for those cruises.
Kenneth says, okay, since you asked, rusty balcony and sliding door very hard to close. Mold in the air duct. Buffet food always cold. Even the carving station meat cold. All the soups were just broth. Bad juggler.
Cold food is... Yeah, that one can just...
Lousy comedian, too.
I wasn't that bad. Legend. There you go. Thank you, Rick. I was going... I could not... For some reason, I could not remember the Legend.
James says Panama's on his cruise list, too. It's yours, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Panama is absolutely on mine. And doing it like on the Carnival Legend, which is one of the ones that's going to do it, Carnival Legend is a smaller ship. Yeah. which means she can go through the old locks, which is one of the things I'm really interested in, is going through the old locks. But yeah, I get all that. I mean, cold food would drive me nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it would ruin my cruise, but I'd be pretty unhappy about that. I don't like my food cold.
No.
I don't. And eating is such a big part of cruising.
Pajarni, and I'm sorry if I say that wrong, just check the Liberty out of New Orleans has most of those ports.
Okay. Yeah, I want to say at some point the Liberty is moving to Galveston. But that may not be till 2024 or 2025. The Liberty's going to move over. Before that, we're getting tonight I am having I'm having a brain fart. I just completely had a brain fart. But there's another one coming over in 2024 from Carnival that they're bringing in. And it's just to do those types of cruises. Now, I want to say it's a Spirit class ship, too. Anyway, I was sitting here, you're thinking.
In the canal, sorry. I follow the BJN. My name is like BJN.
She's got me thinking about Holland America now. Ray's got me. So, that's one we haven't even talked about. Is Holland America.
Yeah.
That could be something that we're looking at. There we go. Thank you. Carnival Miracle. I don't know why I have lost the name of every cruise ship has just left my head tonight.
He's usually got a notebook next to him with all of this stuff in there, and I have the notebook.
Well, normally I can remember these ship names, but just tonight it's just giving me problems like crazy. Yes, thank you. Carnival Miracle.
Kenneth said, but we have done some great RCLs. The one 2 years ago had phenomenal food.
Yeah, I mean, we can say that too. We've had some cruises where it's been wow, and then you can go on the very same cruise line on a different ship, and it's like, yeah. I mean, one of the best cruise ship buffets that I personally have had was Allure of the Seas. Remember, I kept sending you pictures?
Uh-huh.
They were going crazy in Allure of the Seas. They were just making all kinds of stuff I'd never seen in a cruise ship buffet before. It was great. And then I've done some other ones where it's never super exciting. Discovery Princess had a pretty good one.
Yes.
So, yeah. I see, Rick forgot about the Miracle too. I forgot that ship's name. I knew it was coming. I knew it was a ship. Yeah, so we got the Carnival Miracle coming first. Then the Liberty coming. Not the Liberty. The Legend coming later. I keep saying Liberty. That is not the same ship. The Liberty is a Conquest class. If that's right. I think it's Conquest class. And the Miracle and the Legend are Spirit class. Or the Miracle is for sure. I think the Legend is too.
I love Allure.
I did too. I liked Allure, and that's why I am super excited to try Harmony when she gets here, and to have Tiffany try Harmony. Because I'm really curious to know what her opinion is going to be of an Oasis class ship, since she didn't go on Allure of the Seas. No. And she's thinking that she's not going to like it because it's so big. I kind of found that because it was so big, it didn't feel as crowded. That's how I felt.
Yeah. Barbie Kitty, very excited for the 12-day Southern Caribbean on Miracle in November 2024.
Yeah, Carnival did good in listening. They did good in listening, and people were asking for those for a long time, and Carnival listened, and now we're getting them on ships that are dedicated to those sailings. I think it's going to be a win for Carnival. Yeah. I really, really think it's going to be a win. And again, if something wins for one, The other cruise lines will see it. They will join in. And when this is successful for Carnival, and I fully expect it to be, I expect the other cruise lines are going to jump on that bandwagon. And we're going to see more out of Royal Caribbean. We're going to see more out of Princess. And we're going to see more out of the other cruise lines going, hey, we can get them on the ship for 10 and 14 days for these long cruises. They're going to spend more money. That's what the cruise lines want. And as passengers, we get what we want. We want to travel further without having to go all the way to Florida and places like that.
Chica likes the Miracle. She's sailing her next month.
We haven't sailed on the Spirit class. We almost did. And it might have been the Miracle. It was a couple years ago. We were going to book Alaska. And one of the ships we looked at was a Spirit class from Carnival. And just the smallness of the ship, the uniqueness of it, the intimate, setting in a smaller cruise ship like that was very appealing. So I'm really happy one of them is going to come over here. We definitely want to hop on and try that. Mm-hmm. That ship intrigues me. Where are we at here? Sailing next month. They're talking about
where they're going.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a bunch of good sailings out of there, and I'm excited. I'm just excited for what's coming. But of course, you know what that means? That means it's going to be another year before we're sailing more out of Florida. Every year we say we're going to go to Florida more than the next year because we want to try new things. And
they're bringing it to us.
And they keep bringing it right to us year after year. It's like, no, we don't want you guys to leave. We don't want you guys to leave. So I guess we're just going to continue to be Texas and Galveston cruising folks for a while.
Aruba.
Let's go to the ABCs, Jamaica.
Nice. Rios.
I think I looked at that one. Let me see. Let me pull out the handy dandy notebook here for what I wrote down for that one. This may not be the right notebook.
We have a lot of handy dandy notebooks.
Yeah, I got another one over there. Yeah, this is the right one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is it. So for 2024, what would you talk about? I'm looking, baby. Okay, I'm not going to look through this notebook because Tiffany can sit there and stare at me the whole time. So, but yeah, lots of good stuff coming up.
Our only cruise, Melinda, was on Allure. We loved it. But 2 more cruises going on Regal, Princess in February. Now I have a weird fear of being disappointed since we loved Allure so much.
I've sailed on Allure. Now, while I've not sailed on the Regal, I've sailed on the Ruby Princess, and I've sailed on the Discovery Princess. I liked them both. I honestly liked them both. Regal Regal's not a small ship. She's a good sized vessel, not as big as an Oasis class ship, but she is one of their Royal class ships. I think you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. And if it's your first time on Princess, they have some really good features on Princess. The International Cafe.
It's awesome.
Awesome. 24-hour a day, you can get a snack. The coffee shop is right there. You can always get something to drink. You can always get something to eat. Princess has got a lot of good stuff, in my opinion. If you did the Princess Plus or Princess Premier, which is like their upgrade plans, it makes life super easy, super convenient. For us, it's worth being that all-inclusive. Mm-hmm. I think Princess has a lot to offer. Both ships were great, but I think you're going to like Princess just as much. provided you're not sailing with little kids.
Kenneth says, love your show. Congrats on Texas winning the World Series. I was pulling for them. Chica says, that sounds like a nice cruise. James says, yeah, this guy might need another cruise by November. Definitely.
I'm going to need another cruise when we get back in January, James.
Melinda says, we know to adjust our expectations. I'm sure it will be great.
Like I said, Princess exceeded my expectations. Princess actually exceeded my expectations. We enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
We really enjoyed it. It's just Princess is it's a little bit calmer. You know, you don't have the water slides and the flow riders and all of that kind of stuff on a Princess ship. It's more chill. It's more
take a good book.
Yeah, relaxing. But the food is good. The service is good. The shows were good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a different vibe, but it was a good vibe. We liked it. I really liked it for Alaska.
Yes.
For us, it was a perfect vibe for Alaska because it was just kind of hang out on the balcony and watch the scenery. And Princess has got some cool technology. I like their medallion technology.
Mm-hmm.
Makes your life
a lot easier.
Yeah, Tiffany loves the medallion technology because she pulls up the app and knows exactly where I'm at on that ship at all times.
Yes.
So when I'm off wandering around, she can find me. It tells her everything. So
Chica said she enjoyed the Princess Plus. Totally worth it.
Yeah, for me, Princess sold me on that Princess Plus.
The gelato was excellent.
Yeah, Tiffany loves those gelatos, and honestly, it's just you don't have to worry about it. Your gratuities are already done. Mm-hmm. You have the drink package. Even if you're not a big drinker, you just get a drink whatever you want. What's the matter?
Just felt like the house shook.
Oh.
Princess is known for their Alaskan cruises.
It was a vibe for Alaska. It was just that. It was calm. It was peaceful. It was super chill and relaxing. And it was all about what was going on around. Plus, they had the narrators that would come on and narrate different parts. It was beautiful.
Ray says, for your next Alaska, look into Princess or Holland America.
Well, Princess already has our votes.
Yes.
Princess already has our votes, definitely for Alaska, but Holland America might be the way to go too. Only because we've never sailed Holland America.
Yeah.
Definitely would look into Holland America.
I think so.
Definitely. I mean, I want to try them anyway, just to say I tried them. Because you know how it is, right? I haven't been on a bad one yet. I haven't met a cruise line I didn't like yet. I'm even willing to go down and do Bahamas Paradise from Margaritaville.
Oh, I was like,
they got cruises for starting at $99.
Chica says she's cruised Alaska on Celebrity. I've never cruised Holland America.
I haven't either. But I've heard good things about it. Now, I would definitely be interested in doing Alaska on Celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely be interested in doing that. Because I've heard good things about Celebrity.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know we'll have a good time on Princess.
Yes.
Tiffany says yes. Every time Tiffany saw the Disney ship go by in Alaska, she was hoping they were coming. See, she was hoping they were just coming to pick her up. She tried to abandon ship. We get off our ship. She's walking over towards their dock, hoping they're just going to let her on the ship. They would not.
Next time I'm just going to.
She showed him her shirt. She's like, but look, it's me.
Holland America is just a slower pace, but love the Eastern Caribbean cruise I had with them.
I don't mind a slower paced cruise sometimes. I don't. I like to go back and forth between them. I said, we're going to do the Prima, and the Prima's got stuff on it that is not super slow paced. I mean, that thing's supposed to have escape rooms. It's got some go-karts up there. Yep, I'm going to get up there and I'm going to try them go-karts. At least once.
Yeah.
I want to try that kind of stuff at least once, just to say I drove a go-kart on a cruise ship in the ocean.
Yeah.
That's something to say. So
We have done for the land sea tour on both Princess and Holland America.
that's the one where you get off and you ride the trains and buses and go hunt bears.
Yeah.
With your camera. Let me tell y'all a story.
Oh no.
I'll tell you a story because it's been an interesting week. I actually meant to tell us that's what I forgot I was going to talk about. Tiffany went hunting this week. Specifically, Tiffany went hunting Monday morning. She decided she was going to go deer hunting. Now, she's not a big hunter, but on Monday she decided she was going to go hunting. Tiffany's weapon of choice for hunting deer is a Ford. And I say this because, well, Monday morning, she bagged one with the Ford. She said, I'm going to hit it with my truck. Now, obviously, Tiffany's perfectly okay. The truck, it's going to be going in the body shop.
Yeah. He sent me a picture of a Disney popcorn tin, and I said, oh, I just hit a deer.
Yeah. It's like, look, I found a brand new Disney popcorn bucket that you don't have. And she's like, ooh, I hit a deer. I'm like, ooh, those are not related. But yeah. I don't know, for some reason when I said, go hunt bears with cameras, that clicked in my mind as the adventure that Tiffany has been providing us this week. No fault of hers. I don't know how everybody else's deer are around the world, but our deer here in South Texas, well, they're dumb. And it seems like their favorite place to hang out is in front of a moving vehicle. They are just not bright sometimes. I don't know how else to put it. They're not bright.
No.
So, but yeah, that was super exciting.
Yes. Yes, it was.
But of course, Tiffany's okay. I would not be laughing, joking, or anything like that if there was absolutely anything wrong with Tiffany. And just like cruises, you have insurance. Insurance takes care of it. The whole point of having it, because you never know when that little something can happen to you. And, for first-time cruisers and people that have never cruised before, it's kind of almost the exact same thing. You have insurance for that what if. Insurance is always the what if. And in this case, what if you're driving to work, it's dark, and you plug a deer on a country road? Well, that's why you have insurance, and now it's not a stress. Because they're going to put it in the body shop, she's going to get a rental car, life's going to go on, she's going to get fixed. Cruise insurance is the exact same thing. You have it for the what if.
Deer do less damage to your truck if you shoot them first.
This is true. This is very, very true. Surprisingly, though, for the fact that she clocked this sucker about 70 miles an hour, because that is a speed limit on the road. I don't want to make Tiffany sound like Speed Racer over here, because she's not. She's not. She clocked it at 70 miles an hour and clipped the front driver's side of the deer, took out the deer, because I went out there to help her, and I saw what was left of the deer. The damage was surprisingly minimal. It really was. It's pretty much cosmetic. It wrinkled the fender and dented in the driver's door and, busted out plastic around the lights and stuff. But honestly, that was it.
James says, okay, folks, it's been fun, but got an early day tomorrow. Everyone have a good night and a good rest of your week. James, thank you.
Yeah, I think we're going to pretty much follow James here. I didn't realize we'd already been on for an hour and a half.
But we did have a technical difficulty there in the middle. So.
That's true. So we'll call it an hour, because the internet said, hey, let's jack everybody up for a while. So, but thank you, James. Thank you for coming here. Like I said, we're 65 days away, James. 64. The day's pretty much over. Let's call it 64.
64.
We are 64 days away from our next cruise.
Yes.
So, and James is going to be on the ship with us. I'm excited. I am excited. But we want to thank everybody for being here with us tonight. Oh yeah, Panama Canal. I'm so fascinated just to hang over the side of the ship and watch going through that canal.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
He's gonna be dangling by his toes trying to get the camera close enough.
totally nerding out thinking about watching the locks and the water and everything. And that just totally fascinates me to go through the Panama Canal like that.
Thanks for the show. I enjoy spending time with you guys. We enjoy spending time with y'all.
We enjoy spending time with everybody that comes on here. We really, really appreciate it. As I said, live videos are our favorite. They are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Love them, love them, love them. Now, like I said, our next official Wednesday live video will be 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks. We are not going to do one next Wednesday. It's the day before Thanksgiving. Everybody's either got plans, they're going to be traveling, they're going to be prepping, all that other kind of stuff. So we don't want to have to stop what everybody's got going on to be concerned about some kind of live shows. We'll still do the news videos and stuff, but those will all be watched at your convenience.
Yes. But we do wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels, whatever you decide to do.
Absolutely. We may do a live show for the channel anniversary. We haven't quite locked that down yet, but that's not till after Thanksgiving, and then we'll be back 2 weeks from today for the live, which I want to say is the 29th, I believe. I do believe. But like Tiffany said, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We really, really, really appreciate it. Love having everybody here. The lives are fun.
Yes.
They really do. They make my week. If you haven't done so, you guys want to, do me a favor, hit that like button and see how many likes we can get. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. We're always welcome to have you. Join us anytime. And of course, like always,
We'll see you out on the high seas.
good night, everybody.
Good night.